Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really fun video for you. We're going to be painting with thread. If you know me, if you follow me on Instagram, you know I love using thread in my projects. I love fiber arts. So this is right up my alley. And we'll be doing a simple scene card. I actually promised a crafty friend of mine to do a scene with thread, so let's see how this goes. I'm using embroidery thread, but you can use any type of cord, not sewing thread. That's going to be very difficult to use. And these are my colors that I have. Okay, so what you'll need is a paper or a canvas. If you're using a canvas, you can use glue to put your cord or your embroidery thread on. But if you're not using canvas and you're using paper, I recommend you use foam tape. Too much glue will actually saturate your paper, make it wet, and make it start to curl, and we don't want that. So I'll be using paper and foam tape, my embroidery thread colors. So that's all you need. I also have a pencil because I'll be drawing my scene. Just a little sketch before I start. So first, I'm going to just cover my entire panel with foam tape, the whole thing. Okay. And we're going to put the foam tape right up against each other. Here we go. So we have our foam tape panel covered, and I'm going to just cut off the excess. I'm just going to put down a little bit of tape so my panel doesn't move too much. Press it down. Right, I don't want it to move. I'm removing all my foam tape so that I can expose the sticky part. And now I'm going to try and sketch my little landscape. Maybe I should use a pen. Let's see. I'm going to use a gel pen. The thing is, you don't have to worry because the thread will cover all of this. So I'm just drawing out my little mountains. I want a road. So, and then I also want this part to be divided like that. Okay, so that is it. And now we can start. So I'm going to I like to use my craft pick or a pointy tool for this to help me with control. So first I want to do the sun. So I just press down the thread in the middle, and then I'm going to start circling around it, but I'm going to go as close as possible to the center so that it's completely covered. And then you just continue and use your tool and press down so that the thread actually sticks. So we'll continue going into a circle and just gently press. And at intervals, I just use the other end of my tool and press down completely. I don't want any of the adhesive or the tape to show, so I'm going very closely to the last circle. You can also use your finger. The tool helps if you're going around very narrow areas or corners, but you can definitely use your finger and just gently press. Yes, like that. So I'm going to just cut the edge. Oops. I need some sharper scissors. And press while I'm doing that. So for the edge, I'm just going to put a little teeny bit of glue, tiny bit, and I'm just going to rub it along the edge of each piece, right, and just wrap it up. So for the sky, I like to do, in general, when I'm filling in a space, I like to do little curls, not just straight across like this. So I'm going to start at one edge. I'm going to leave some extra thread at this end so that when we're through, we can wrap the thread to the back of the panel so that it doesn't show. So let's do some little whirly stuff. You can just let the thread do what it wants. Like I may go like this. Okay, so when you get to the very narrow corners, what I do is I use my pokey tool and or my craft pick, and I just hold it around so that it goes all the way into the corner. Then I press while holding, then I remove it and press. And that way you can get into very narrow areas. Let's do one more up close. So you press down and then you start to just follow the line and press. Wherever you see exposed tape, just press down. So when I get to the corners, I start to bend the thread back in on itself and just go back and forth until the area is filled up. And you just press and rub it into the into the tape. So I've reached a space where it's a completely enclosed area. So I'm just going to start going around in a circle. Oops. So as you go around, you press. I'm going to cut a very short string and I'm going to add a little glue. Add a little glue and just press down. I'm doing this painting on a much smaller scale, but if you actually want to do it on a canvas or something much bigger, you can use cord, different colors of cord or different colors of rope, or you can use embroidery thread, but using embroidery thread will take a lot longer than if you use a bigger piece of cord. Okay, so I've completed my panel. Let me show you a close-up. There it is. And I'm going to just cut off all the excess and attach it to, I'm going to put mine on a card, but I'm just going to show you how to finish it so that it looks nice. So I'm going to gently just cut around the edges with a sharp scissors. Don't pull too much. Well, I'm putting mine on a card, so I'm going to just put it in the center right here. And if you wanted to finish it, you could put glue at the edges just so it doesn't unravel, or you could put it behind a piece of plastic, but I'm just going to leave it like this. right in the center. If you wanted to leave it just like this, a good way to fix it would be to use spray adhesive. I think that could work. I love this. I love it so much. I love it without the frame, but I'm going to put the frame just so everything can be sealed in. Should I just leave it like this? I like this more. It looks kind of shabby chic. Love that. So I'm not going to do the frame. But this is it. This is the finished project. I hope you like it. I think it's really cool. I'll be coming out with a lot more thread projects over the coming weeks. So I hope you subscribe and stay tuned. Thanks for watching. And I hope this helps you explore your creative side. Bye.